I'm motivated to reach the sky. Oh, I'm not gonna let my dreams die. You know I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Not gonna let my dreams die. Nah, 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 nah.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the Creative Buzz, where we showcase the amazing work of Bahamian creatives. From music videos to short films to YouTube videos, we showcase it all here in the Creative Buzz because we want your work to be seen by the entire Bahamas. Guys, we made it to 2021. Like, I know a lot of us thought we weren't gonna make it, but through God, we made it, y'all. And that is something to be proud of. Now, I know a lot of our plans were totally changed because of 2020, but I believe planning is so important and we should still be hopeful that 2021 will bring us a lot of love, a lot of happiness, and a lot of success. So I wanna know, what are your plans for 2021?
What's up, Kat? Thank you so much for having me a part of this program. I am super elated and honored to be a part of it. So, goals that I have for this year, that can basically be summed up into three main categories for me. And the first is clearly to be more intentional about serving God. Not that I wasn't doing it before, but I mean, there is so many lost persons today more than ever who are just being more and more deceived by the media and all kind of different craziness that's going on in our world today, and they need to see that light, they need to see that salt, they need to see the difference in the world so that they know it's possible, and so that they can hear hope, they can hear peace, they can hear a way out of their situation, that it doesn't have to be the same way. The second thing would be to be more intentional with friends and family. Just to be more present with our time together, because life is so short, and I think the coronavirus has taught more than enough of us that that is the case, and that we only have people for a period of time, and we need to just cherish our memories together. And then my third point, or my third goal for this year, would be to just be the best me, live my best life, make sure that I am giving everything my all, whether it's my work, whether it's my hobbies, or whatever I put my hands to, that I do it to the best of my abilities.
Hello everybody, it's your boy Cecil Roberts, aka The Lit Guy, and my plans and my hope for 2021 is to become a better person, work on myself, getting out there. I recently started a business called Liddy Entertainment. My plan is to grow my business, get more out there. My plan and my hopes for 2021 is to keep on pushing and never give up, and that's my motivation to you also, because life may throw a lot of things at you, but you got to get back up, brush off yourself, and keep on going and fulfill your purpose in this life. I also plan on achieving a high 3.0 GPA, almost to a 4 point, because anything is possible. And I plan on working on my business more, getting more out there, and being me, because in this life you can do all things with Christ which strengthens you. Philippians 4 verse 13. And that's it.
Hello, my name is Shazan Smith, and I'm a 20-year-old makeup artist based here in Nassau, Bahamas. The name of my brand is called Jazz Beauty, and I launched it in the year 2019. I see myself as a little bit more than just an MUA though, because I'm also a brand ambassador for a local Bahamian brand called Bahama Bay Beauty. So I'm a little bit of an enthusiast, influencer, and an artist all in one. I create content on myself as well as providing my makeup services to the everyday consumer, whoever decides to book with me. So there are three things that I have in hope for my business for the year 2021, which is upping the professionalism of my brand, which is, making sure that my social media is presented in its best light possible, as well as making sure that there is a certain standard or level of professionalism within my studio from me and my clients. Secondly, I would love to continue to work on my craft, perfecting my skills because you never stop learning, as well as getting my name out there into the community, into the public, and just getting people to know who Jazz Beauty is and what my brand stands for, because my baseline is to enhance the beauty that already exists in the person. So that is something that I love and I believe in 100%. So remember the name, Jazz Beauty.
Hey, it's your boy Young Molly, aka Young Suave, and my goals for this year, 2021, are to drop more music. I just dropped a project, an EP, New Beginnings, featuring my hit singles Goodbye and Hello, so check that out, available on all streaming services. And just to inspire more people, I make music for people that go through their individual problems, so I make music to inspire people and to make them feel happy, so that's my goal, is just to make more people happy, drop more music, and change the world. So check me out. Follow me on Instagram at I am Young Molly. Yeah.
Thanks so much, creatives, for sharing your plans for 2021 with us, and I'm just praying that you achieve all of your goals and aspirations. My plans for 2021 are definitely to just enjoy this last semester at the University of the Bahamas. I want to have a successful graduation and just cherish the moments with my lecturers and with my classmates, and I definitely just want to get myself ready for this next chapter of my life. Transitioning from college into the real world is not too easy from what I've heard. So I just want to make sure that transition is very smooth and that I'm able to really just conquer this new chapter of my life.
Many individuals experienced loss last year. Some lost their loved ones, some lost jobs, and some lost a lot of hope. Creative Beijing Rogers, unfortunately, was a victim of immense loss last year, as she lost her grandmother, her family office, and dealt with a lot of overwhelming odds. She tells us how in each loss there is a gain.
I always said I would die when Mama dies. She was sick for, I think, 2 years with that horrible sickness, and then January 1st, 2020, out of here with a bang. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna think about that moment because that's legit 2 days from right now as I record this, but that was a lot. So obviously I didn't die because I'm right here talking to you guys, but Mom was my heartstring. She was the one that I went to for things that I didn't go to anyone else for. She was a prayer warrior, man. People say, oh yeah, I'll pray for you. No, she legit was praying for me because I felt that, and I felt the Holy Spirit upon me. So anyways, that lady was, she left us and she's partying in heaven with Jesus. So that was the first loss, the greatest loss that I've ever had to endure. And then a couple days later, in January 2020, the office got burnt down. And that office had, yes, obviously all of our business supplies and work and everything in it, but also had personal items in it, along with our baby clothing, everything that belonged to us when we were children, all gone. Photos, videos, blankets, all gone. And I'm a documentarian and a keeper like my grandfather, Papa. And so that hurts, that really stings, because that's the second fire that destroyed many of our personal things. And then a couple of days later, in the beginning of February, I experienced the ultimate friend betrayal. And it was the first time being betrayed by friends, which I thought was so weird because I'm 20, I'm in my 20s, why is this still happening? Why is this happening? But that really hurt. And so it's all these things all happening at the same time. It's whoa, when will we get a break? And then I quit my job. And then COVID happened. And then anxiety just hit me. It was bad. It was the worst anxiety that I've ever encountered since getting it. and I was able to work through it. I was able to talk to whoever I needed to get through it. But what really helped me in that time was the Lord, accessing Him. What helped me in all of those losses and all of those struggles was the Lord. It's so funny because as a Christian, obviously you resort to the Lord in times of need or bad times, but it was during that time in March when I realized, geez, I cannot live without Him. I can't. Just a simple prayer, even though I was deep in anxiety and depression, just a simple prayer lifted me up. The worship song just lifted my spirit. And even now, my heart is pumping because of how great He is. Oh, wow. And how, that verse from Job has kept all of my family secured in our faith, knowing that in the good and in the bad, blessed be the name of the Lord. And that is just so true, that you truly know, your worth as a child of God when you still love Him and worship Him when He takes everything away from you, which He did, to us, at least to me. And that is just so exciting, to know that you get to that point in your faith, man. Like I said in the beginning, I thought I was gonna die when my mom died, but no, I had the comfort and the peace. Peace is a thing. Peace is a thing, and I didn't realize how valuable peace was until 2020. And so, yes, these losses suck. Yes, struggling sucks, but it is a wonderful and precious time to just get even more intimate with your relationship with Jesus and allow Him to be Lord of your life. Yeah, allow Him to be Lord of your life. And I had that experience in 2020. And after all of that, from April to today, December, yes, obviously you had the hardships, finances and all that stuff, business, but it was a great year. It ended up being a really great year, and I got breakthrough in the areas of my life that I've struggled with for so long, or had tantrums over, and I finally received breakthroughs in those areas. And I am just wow, it took a global pandemic to finally get that breakthrough. So I'm just so grateful for what I've been through, because I obviously needed to go through it. And so I can reach this echelon with my relationship with Jesus and with myself, because I've grown so much, especially my character. Wow. And yeah, man, God has just been so faithful.
In recent years, a lot of young people have voiced their concerns on some forms of parenting by Caribbean parents, deeming it as toxic and cold-hearted. Creative Eudacia Taylor is going to talk about toxic parenting and discuss why some parenting strategies need to change for a better society.
It's funny that you traumatized me for the first 11 years of my life. If that's how you feel, explicit off, and I will do the same. I regret the day you were born. Now, bye. Carry a big oak tree head. I still remember that to this day. My family, immediate and extended, say to me regularly that I would be married with kids if I wasn't fat. I have a pretty face, a nice personality, and I'm smart, but they have asked/encouraged me to be realistic about my expectations for a man to love me at the size/weight I am now. They assure me that ultimately they are concerned about my health and long-term ramifications of being overweight. But tell me no one is going to love me or find me desirable seems counterintuitive to get me enthused about getting fit. Told my mom I took pills to suppress my pain, and she told me not to do it because it would cost her money. I've been told several times that life doesn't get better. Don't cry. You're stronger than that. It became harder for me to express myself when something bothered me. Comparing me to my friends. You look like a with all that makeup on. You look so big. My mommy 4 minutes ago. My parents was also supportive, but to some family members, my career is a joke. I remember everybody was telling me to be quiet at school and home. She would always say, you'll never mount up to anything in this life because your attitude is stink. Those were the reasons my attitude was so bad during my preteen years. If my mom didn't believe in me, why should I believe in myself? I got into trouble a lot and I made poor decisions in school which resulted in me getting a low GPA. I struggled academically. With my physical appearance and emotionally, I put so much walls up I didn't allow anyone in until I had my very first encounter with God. Hey everyone, I'm Eudasia, aka Deja70, and honestly, speaking to those people and reading those comments have honestly been so heartbreaking for me. Like, parents don't realize the impact that they truly have on their kids. And that's why today we are talking on Parents Listen Up. Number 1, the cycle has to be broken. Our grandparents would tell our fathers, don't come around here hugging me, you's a sissy. Or they'd say, oh, you just no good like you're no good pa. They'd tell our moms, you whore, you hoe, the moment that they started to like a male. This is the toxic love and the toxic cycle that's been going on for years. This is why our parents treat us like this, because this is the only way that they have known how to love. That needs to end. The cycle needs to be broken. And we cannot be complacent. We cannot be okay with doing things that we're used to, things that we grew up with, because the reality of it is not everything that you grew up with is okay. Not everything that you grew up with is healthy. We have to get out of that state. Parents, listen up. Not only parents, but future parents, myself, listen up. We can't be complacent and we have to start breaking cycles. Number 2, the way that parents and family members speak to their kids have a lasting impact. Think about it. Most of our kids spend most of their times either at home or in the school system. Therefore, parents have a duty of loving their child, giving their needs, physically, mentally, spiritually. They have to be able to deposit into their child. Their child is going to come to them for support and security. The house and the home is supposed to be a safe haven. But yet, it's so ironic how that doesn't happen because of this toxic cycle that was mentioned before. Talking to some of the individuals above helped me to realize that parents play a major role in the outlook that their children have. And I started to look and I realized that a lot of them are depressed, they face anxiety, they deal with eating disorders, they deal with so many things. And it's so interesting because I remember when I was younger, this person would always say to me when they saw me, fatty 2x4, can't get through the kitchen door. And yeah, it sounds funny, hey, it really does, right? But nobody ever really understands what that could do to a child. I would look at myself, and yes, I was a little bit heavy set, but I would look at myself and I would doubt that I was pretty. I would doubt my abilities. I would doubt so much just because people would say that I was fat. Every time I was eating, it would always be somebody leaning over into my plate like, you eating again? Time now, this would only be like my first meal for the day, but don't mind that. Parents and future parents, you are the one that will be depositing into the life of your child. You are depositing into your child's life bank. Yes, I know that it's common for family members to call people out and say that they're fat. It's common for them to shame people. I know that that's a common thing. However, we cannot be complacent and content with doing the norm. You know? Deposit into your child. And it's so interesting because if the house and the structure is where children are supposed to be loved and built up and all of that, what happens when they're not? And we're so shocked when Susie goes and runs off with the old man that loves her. When Susie runs off with the old man that shows her hugs and gives her affirmation. We are so shocked and we're like, oh, Susie's fast because she's going off with that old man. But yet, have you ever thought that Susie was looking for love from a father figure? And that's why the old man is so charming, the one that shows her attention that she's been trying to get for years? Or Bob. When Bob runs off and he goes to the gang and he does what he has to do, we're so shocked when he's looking for a family, one that he's been looking for years, searching for years. Parents, listen up. Number 3. That's for you, Deja. Number 3. Parents, look at the signs in your kids. I can't stress that enough. A lot of times our parents tend to criticize us or discipline us for things that we're doing, for example, when we act out. But I'm saying to you parents and future parents, please look at the signs in your kids. Sometimes they are doing these things because they want to get attention or they're trying to tell you something. I know that when I would have broken out at one point in my life, I was starving for attention. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to be understood. But instead of punishing, be sure to talk to your children. Instead of asking why your child is always in their room playing video games and basically avoids contact with the family, ask, what have I done to foster that relationship? Question and introspect and look at why your child may not want to talk to you. Is the reason why your child doesn't tell you secrets because you have gone and told your sister and other family members their business? Is that the reason? I feel like it's so important as parents and future parents to introspect and realize that, like, look at the signs in your children. Why is your child depressed? Do they have an unhealthy environment going on? Have you done something to hurt them? Introspect. Introspection is so important. Talk to your children as well. Be open with them. Be vulnerable. Let them know what's going on. Ask them what's going on, and you'd be surprised. On my Instagram account, I asked my followers the question, have your parents contributed to your depression/anxiety? 25% said no. 75% said yes. Parents, listen up. Number 4, stop comparing your children. And for future parents, do not compare your children. I genuinely hate being compared, and I feel that when I have been compared in the past, it's caused me now to have this complex where every time I'm looking to see how I'm doing, I go ahead and I look at somebody else. Comparison is a thief of joy, and I feel like that's why sometimes I end up so depressed because I say, well, so-and-so got this and so-and-so is doing that. What am I doing? And I tend to forget what's going on in my life and what I've done. I tend to forget everything that I'm involved in because it's not what so-and-so is involved in. And I feel like that's so dangerous. Parents, stop comparing your children. Everybody is unique. Everybody was designed in a particular way. Everybody's weaknesses and strengths are completely different. So as a parent, it's your job to praise their strengths and work on their weaknesses with them. They will never be Susie May's daughter. They're never gonna be Becca Lamb's son. It's not happening. It's never gonna be that way. So stop comparing and mentioning, and don't mention their friends to them. Not Susie. Susie's an artist. I like to sing. I can't paint. How you expecting me to be like Susie? Point is, don't compare your children. Number 5, I'm no psychologist, but protective factors help. Your child needs protective factors. So protective factors help children to be less prone to, say, mental illnesses, abuse, neglect, and anything of that sort. And ways that protective factors come into play would be having a stable health, having a stable home, getting your child involved with extra activities, getting them involved with a church family, getting them involved with things that are going to make them feel stable, secure, and loved. And even if the child falls, because these protective factors are there, it pretty much is a cushion for them to fall back, and it helps them to bounce back after they would have gone through those particular situations. I know good parenting is hard, but it's not impossible. And I feel that in order for good parenting to be effective, the cycle has to be broken. Parents, that means that you have to introspect, you have to have conversations with your children, and don't ignore them. If your child says they don't like when you do XYZ, please listen to them. And please ask them, like, what can I do to be better? And ask them, what can you do to be a better child? I feel like communication is a very important thing, and once you communicate with your child, things can get better.
Singer Tonique Brown has one of the most angelic voices I've ever heard. Her incredible vocal range, accompanied by her kind spirit, is certainly a great combination. She's a music major at the University of the Bahamas and one of the top sopranos in UB's choir and the Bahamas National Youth Choir. Here's her beautiful rendition of I Believe, accompanied by Dexter Fernander.
Thanks so much for watching this week's episode of The Creative Buzz. And as we all embark on this new chapter of our lives, I pray that we will all add great additions to the book of life. And don't forget, you were created to create. See you next time.